Awesome. Okay, we are recording. Hello, I am Christiana Johnson. I am the founder and creator of bychristiana.com. It's a lot of things. It is a copywriting and content writing business. It's also some freelance editing in there, and I'm an indie author, and I create things for print on demand and put that online. Basically, I'm a professional work at home introvert, and I try to help other introverts to make income from basically writing, creating, whatever they want to do in that vein, and monetize it in a bunch of different ways. So this is maybe not a podcast, but some type of series that I want to do, which may be turned into a podcast later, which all of this will I might edit it out, or I might leave it in because, authentic, real progress and growth and all that vein. So this first little bit that we're going to get into here, I'm just going to talk about how to avoid distractions while writing, how to write more without being distracted, because as writers in this technology is the word I'm looking for there, digital age, we have so many distractions, we have so many notifications and bells and things, and I'm looking at my tablet while I'm on my computer with this mic and this camera, complaining about technology and how it distracts us from all the things that we need to do, like writing, but it's also helpful. So there are tools that you can use, analog tools and more advanced tools that can help you to actually focus more while writing, so you can get more done. You don't have to follow every butterfly and thought trail and yelling baby that distracts you. Although if your baby's yelling, you should definitely go and make sure they're okay. Don't neglect your children that actually need you. 9-year-olds, give them something to do. Babies, please go see about your baby. I have the baby monitor, another piece of technology, so I can keep check on my nephew while he's taking his nap. And that's one thing that you can do there. You can find pockets of time if you're a stay-at-home parent or a caretaker. You can find pockets of time and schedule your days, schedule your person who you're taking care of, so that they're on a schedule. So when they take their nap at around 3:30, you might have an hour or two to write. Maybe some other things don't get done, like cleaning or cooking. That gets done later, but you get a chance to actually write your words while there's no baby trying to sit on your keyboard, which has happened more than once for me. I just have to close the whole thing down and give him my full undivided attention, and he's one, so I want to give him his attention while he still wants to fool with me, before he's like a teenager or something like that. But that's years and years from now. But yeah, so when you're trying to figure out what is distracting you, you need to identify that first. You need to know, what am I actually getting distracted by? Because oh, I just keep having all these interruptions, all these distractions, all these things keep coming up. But then when you have to articulate what is it that's actually distracting you, is it the fact that your space is a mess, there's all this visual clutter, and you need just blank space, or you need a clean space before you can just focus and write? Otherwise, it's going to be bothering you in the back of your mind, all these things you need to do. Okay, well then clean up everything in advance. Make it a part of your day, make it a part of your schedule to have everything in order, or create a designated spot where you can't see the clutter, somewhere you can close everything else out. You don't see that. It's not going to bother you because you have an office, or you have a corner of your bedroom where you can just tuck into a corner and you don't have to see the rest of that. As you're writing it down, you could write it down and figure out, you could do a journal session, about 10 minutes, and free write. Why do I feel distracted? What am I being distracted by? How can I stop being distracted? So that way you can actually make a plan. If your thing is like me, I have my nephew here with me, and he needs my attention for most of the day. I cannot focus. I cannot get into flow because he's active, he's a baby, he climbs things, he needs attention, he wants to be fed, he pees, he poops, all that. So I can't get away from him to write until he's occupied somewhere else. You might have another person in the house who could take the baby or a child or whatever you might have for your situation, or you might have someone who is just your partner, your husband, your spouse, whatever, and they want your attention. They want you to like talk to them and spend time with them. Which, as an introvert, that's just very funny for me to say, like, oh my gosh, oh my goodness gracious, find something to do over there quietly without me. But sometimes those people want your attention, and you want to give them attention sometimes, but not when you're trying to write. So that might require you to have a conversation with them, like, hey, I love you. I really do. I like you. I like being around you. But I also like writing. Writing is very important to me because I'm trying to get this book written, or I'm trying to be a copywriter or a content writer. I'm trying to do this for business, for fun, for money. So this is something that's important for me to do, and I need time to focus on this. And after I have my time to focus on this, then I can focus on you, and I have energy to focus on you. I'm happy to see you, and we can both come together and talk and do whatever, watch a movie, however you spend time with each other. Or you can invite your person to do something quietly with you, not bothering you, not talking, and you can just both occupy the same space together. Just have that conversation with them. Otherwise, there's just going to be a bunch of interruptions and misunderstandings, and then both people are just going to be mad and resentful towards each other because no one's getting what they want. No one's getting what they need. No one's communicating. So have that conversation. It might be a little bit awkward, might be a little bit uncomfortable because it's like confrontation, but do it anyway. It's necessary. I've been talking for a very long time. In that vein of creating space, in that vein of taking the time and scheduling it into your day, this is your designated time to write from 3:30 to 4:30. You have this hour blocked off. Nothing else is happening but you writing. Okay. So you might also not be able to make the house quiet. Your environment might be noisy and you can't function with all this noise around you. So then you could invest in something like wireless headphones, which I have some somewhere, but I don't know where right now because my nephew threw them. I don't know where he threw them. I will find them later. Yeah, I will find those later. But I have noise canceling headphones that are amazing. They muffle, they don't completely mute everything. They're not like, get murdered by a serial killer who breaks into your house headphones completely. Like you'll probably hear them. I watched a lot of Criminal Minds, so I'm like, yeah. But they do a great job of muffling out all the excess noise. So if you hear something, it's just like something far away and it plays, whatever you need to hear, whatever you're trying to listen to. So if you like music for when you're writing, or if you like white noise, brown noise, I really like brown noise. It feels like ASMR. It's like this very nice, just focus buzz in my brain that I love so much. But those are amazing and I love them. They have, the Bose or whatever, the really expensive $200 something ones. Those might work great, but I found a option that's like 70% less. I don't know math. $60 versus $200, 70%. I don't know what that is. But I found those, and I will put that in the link. The link will be in the description box of this video towards for all of this stuff I'm talking about. And you can go there and see all that. But the headphones have been amazing for me because I can just focus. I don't have to worry. I can hear noise outside of it a little bit, but not really. And unless someone comes into my room and physically puts themselves in my space to say, hey, something, I don't hear anything, and it's amazing. And I probably wear them too much throughout the day. My house is noisy sometimes. I'm also highly sensitive. It's too much sensory. I need to quiet it and focus on what's in between my brain. But we are rambling and getting far afield, so back to center. You might be able to still find distractions in the form of your phone or your laptop and the notifications. If you have Apple products, then there's a setting on there where you can change the focus to sleep or do not disturb, and none of that comes through. It goes across all your devices. So you just have to switch that one little thing there, and nothing comes through for the amount of time until you change it off. If you have some other device, like a Android or whatever, I no longer know how those function. I am a Apple snob because I need all of my things to talk to each other. That's why I did that, and it was a great decision. I don't know how the other things function. You probably know, or there's an app for that. Some writers, they'll turn off their Wi-Fi and just take that time to write. I usually type on Google Docs. Sometimes I'll use Scrivener. So that doesn't really work because I don't trust using Google Docs without internet, because that's kind of the point, for it to all sync and talk to each other. There is a device. It's called, what is it called? It's FreeWrite. It's the FreeWrite device. They have several versions. They have a travel version, the HemmingWrite limited edition special pretty version, and they have the what is it? Let's see. I'm trying to remember things, but I have it on my notes. I don't want to look at my notes for some reason. And then they have the smart typewriter. I want the smart typewriter. It looks so cool. These devices are designed to keep you in flow because the only thing you can do with them, the only thing they are designed for, is to write. There is no internet. There is a cloud backup. You can't go to Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, the Twitter, whatever it is that we're doing these days for our marketing. You can't go to any of those things. So if you have this FreeWrite device, it looks like this very modernish, aesthetic typewriter. The screen is like e-ink screens, like, you know, those, what is those? Like, you remember Snake. You remember Snake. It looks like Snake back in the day, like Nokia. And the mechanical keyboard, it's a big full-size mechanical keyboard. It's got all the clacky noises. It's just a vibe. It is a vibe, and it does one thing. It lets you write without distraction. My referral code for that will be in the description or in the post with all this information in it. So if you have these devices, if you have the system set up that allows you to write without distraction, you're pretty much set up. If you have your outline, you will not run into writer's block. You will just basically have nothing to do. You will have no excuses. Nothing will be able to stop you from writing except for yourself. So if this system doesn't work for you, find and develop your own system and get in the chair when you're supposed to write and write. So once you have developed your own system, if this system doesn't work for you, this is just, no, too much, not doing all that. Do what works for you ultimately, but all this that I have shared, I feel like that would help. It's something that I'm going to try to do more of. I'm going to try to have more focused time with writing, because most of the time I'm getting scattered bits and pieces throughout the day. I don't love writing that way. I love being able to have dedicated amounts of time to really get into flow, and I feel like this system, this little toolbox here, is something that would definitely help me, and I feel like it would help other people too, because it's based on the experience of a whole bunch of different writers that I feel like I resonated with. Like, that's a good idea, that's a good idea, that's a good idea. I like that. I'm going to put this in post, and I'm going to share this with somebody else, with other introverted writers, because I want to help us write more words, write more books, articles, whatever it is we're doing, whatever our goal is. So that is all I have for this video, and I will see you in another one. And my nephew just woke up, so the timing is perfect. All right, how do we end this?